Lastly, the other thing I mentioned, as you know, in the Academy, I've always promoted the Liturgy of the Hours really as the core of our daily spiritual life as Catholics. It's great for families to learn to pray. And when I say families, I really mean parents. It's great for parents to learn how to pray the Liturgy of the Hours and to slowly make it their own personal devotional life. It's the official prayer of the Catholic Church, and it's recommended by the Church to all the faithful, all Catholics, not just religious, not just priests, but all Catholics. If you want to learn about the Liturgy of the Hours, if you go to our website and just scroll down on this right side of the page under Catholic Prayer, you'll see Liturgy of the Hours as a link. If you click on that, it'll take you to this Liturgy of the Hours page, which has tons of resources and instructions for how to pray the Liturgy of the Hours. I even, provide some really terrible examples of how to chant the canticles and things like that. But it's helpful if you've got no other sources. But if you go to the Liturgy of the Hours page on the Academy website, you'll find lots of helpful information there. But the Liturgy of the Hours is currently being revised by the Church, which is a massive project. If you're familiar with the Liturgy of the Hours, you'll know just what a massive project the revising of that would be. But they've been working on it, and it sort of gets approved part by part. And they had the Psalter was retranslated and approved, I think a couple years back. And then recently, which is very exciting to me, I'm really thrilled with this. Recently, let me switch my camera here so you can see this. Recently, the Divine Office Hymnal was completely revised, or even put together for the first time, really. But there's a Divine Office Hymnal now available, which is going to be the official hymnal for the Liturgy of the Hours. And what's funny is I was an Anglican convert. So as an Anglican, I came out of a very rich musical tradition. Even to this day, on my desk here, I have the Anglican Psalter. I mean, this is the old Book of Common Prayer Psalter that I still love to listen to and chant. If you listen to CLA radio, you'll hear some Anglican chant on there. I've always wished that some of this quality English hymnody could get into the Divine Office. Another thing that I've done through the years is this is the monastic diurnal, which is the breviary of the Benedictines. And in this prayer book, in this Divine Office, they've got all of the old Latin Divine Office hymns, and there are English translations for them. So I've always messed with the old breviary and the Anglican Psalter just because I love hymns so much, and I love singing hymns and including them in my daily devotions. And I just always wished that the Church would do something better with the music in the Liturgy of the Hours. And, thanks be to God, that's what this is, the Divine Office Hymnal. I mean, it's incredible what has been put together. Most of the hymns are ancient hymns. They've all been put together, and you just have to see this because it's so great how they did it. I don't think I could be happier in how they laid it out and prepared it all. But what they've got here is for each hymn, and I'm sorry if this doesn't show up very well on the camera, but for each hymn, so there's 2 pages, it's one hymn, but 2 different versions. On the left side, they've got the hymn set to a more modern English hymn tune, the kind of hymns we sing, usually at church and things like that, English hymns, which is great because we have these ancient hymns set to familiar tunes, which is really great. That's the kind of thing that we can get together and sing as a family, or as if you have some friends together, you can sing a hymn together. But on the other side of the page, on the right side, they've got the same hymn, set to Gregorian chant. So both a more modern, I feel like I should say traditional hymn, but it's really not traditional, it's more modern. A more modern English hymn is available on one page, a hymn tune, I should say, and then the same hymn set to Gregorian chant is available on the opposite page. So it just couldn't get any better. I mean, what they did was exactly what was needed, and it's going to be awesome as we begin to learn all of the tunes and start practicing and singing it. I really can't wait. I got into it this past weekend for the first time, and like I said, I just couldn't be happier with what the church is doing for us in terms of hymns for the Divine Office. Now, if you look at my book here, you'll see there's some markers. I don't know if you can see the Post-it notes. They're over here. It's divided according to the divisions of the Liturgy of the Hours. So the first third is proper of seasons, so it's all hymns that relate to the seasons of the church calendar. The second part is proper of saints, so it's a whole collection of hymns for the different saint feast days. And then lastly, the commons for all the different commons, like commons of pastors, common of doctors of the church, of virgins, of holy women, and so on. So the hymnal is actually divided in the same way that the Liturgy of the Hours is divided, and it's just perfect. So if you're interested in praying the Liturgy of the Hours, if you're a hymn lover like I am, this 10 out of 10 recommendation, and you can get this from the publisher. I don't think it's available on Amazon. We don't have it in the Academy bookstore, but it's GIA Publications. You can see that logo down the bottom there. GIA Publications. Just Google it. Google Divine Office Hymnal. I think it cost me $25, and it's perfect. So get yourself a copy and start practicing. Now, before I wrap up here, you might wonder, well, how in the world can I know how to sing all these hymns? Because not many Catholics have much of a background in English hymnody, and it's actually very simple. If you look at the English hymns in the hymn book, sorry, it's real bright in front of these lights, but down in the bottom left-hand corner of the page, it tells you the name of the hymn tune. And you can take that hymn tune name and you can actually search it and find a recording of that tune. There's a website that I'll recommend. If you go to Google and just search for Cyber Hymnal, and open up that website, you'll see that one of the links on the page, actually I'll show it to you real quick. It's easier for me just to show you. So just Google Cyber Hymnal. Give me 1 second actually, and I'll find this without you having to run through the internet with me. But if you search for Cyber Hymnal, here we go. Cyber Hymnal. It's a Protestant website, but it's awesome. I've been using this, for like 25 years. I've been using this website. But down over here, you'll see that there's a link for tunes by name. And if you click on that link, you'll see this, this list of the letters for the names of the hymns. And you can just look at the hymn and see the tune name. This one it looks like Eisenach. So if I look under E and scroll down, they have almost everything on this website, but I can find Eisenach right here. So that's the hymn for this tune, and then there are examples here of hymns that are sung to that tune. You can just click on any of these. It doesn't even matter what the hymn is because we're just interested in the tune. And then, I don't know if you can hear this or not, but it's just a cheesy MIDI file. But you can hear the tune, learn the tune, and then sing the hymn. So, this hymnal, like I said, it just, as far as Liturgy of the Hours goes, it just couldn't get better. And they're available in print now, and I guess in some way they're going to be included with the Liturgy of the Hours when it's revised in the future. So really cool stuff, but I can strongly recommend the Divine Office Hymnal if you'd like to not only pray the Liturgy of the Hours, but also learn to sing the hymns of the Divine Office. So